Is Hello traders, welcome to today's video. This is going to be a very important video, and I want you to pay close attention because whatever I'm going to be discussing in this video is not something that I've ever talked about before. It relates to trading and also daily life. I want us to talk about beyond the charts and as well as time to awaken. This video will open your eyes, whereby you'll start seeing things differently. And without wasting time with ups and downs, my name is Rocky Calvin, and I'm a trader. And this is more of a spiritual situation. I don't care whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're Hindu or Buddhist or whatsoever religion you belong to. This does not concern religion because religion is man made. Human beings created religion. God did not create religion. Let nobody lie to you about that. And if I'm lying, give me proof that God created religion. Through where did God say that? Now, this is the religion you people should be following up and so on. Religion is man-made. And that being said, my only point is that I don't want us to focus about religion in this. Let us focus on the bigger picture. How many of you guys believe that we live in a simulation? How many times have you heard the word escape the matrix? Do you even believe that the matrix exists? I know majority of people out there do feel like that's just some joke. There's nothing like that. Why do you think we have secret society groups? Why do you think we have the Freemasons, Illuminatis, the Skull and Bones, and the rest? Why do you think? Why do you think we have those cult organizations? And actually, ever since I was a kid, we've been programmed to identify occult as something really bad. But occult simply means that hidden wisdom or knowledge from the public. What wisdom or what knowledge are these people hiding from the public? What are they hiding from us? And what power does this wisdom hold? Because this wisdom concerns us. It's something that is within us, but they're trying to keep it a secret from us so that we cannot awaken. I've, I've asked a very simple question. Do you believe that there is simulation? Or do you believe like there's a matrix? And guys, I want to tell you this. Back then, some years back, when anybody could talk about simulation or the matrix, escape the matrix, all the time, like, yo, stop laughing, man, get out of here. But I had a change of situation the moment I stayed alone for some, that solitude, that solo moment that you're always alone, you start discovering yourself. You start questioning things. You start questioning, like, what's happening in the world? Who am I? What's my purpose? Why are we here? Why is there so much suffering all over the world? Why are we struggling so much? We're struggling with the trading. We want to become successful. Why are we chasing these things so much? Were we created to just chase things? Then we get them, then die. Then the second generation does the same thing over and over again. Like, I had all these questions, and it came to a point I started questioning, what is this simulation that they often talk about? What is it all about? And I came to realize trading opened my eyes and showed me that it is true. There is a simulation. We are living in a simulation. And I want you to listen to me carefully. And here's the proof. I want to give you guys the proof. How many times have you blown an account from the same mistakes over and over and over and over again? Over trading, over leveraging, revenge trading, unplanned trades, being up and down everywhere in trades. How many times have you done that? If you're a true trader, the answer will be so many times. Now the question comes, why? Because you see, I'm the type of guy, if you've been following up my like the analysis and everything I usually give, I actually believe in balance. I'm a Libra. So I believe in balance. Like, I like things. You can't tell me that somebody's bad without giving me evidence. You can't just tell me something is good without giving me evidence that this thing is good. I have to explain to you guys, I'm buying here because of this and this and this and this and this has happened. I'm that type of person. So the question here is, why do we keep on making the same mistakes? And we are in this ship together, guys. I don't want anybody thinking that now, I'm perfect, like I'm a guru and so on. No, 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 no. I'm a human being just like you. We all face those psychological issues together. Now, I want us to address all these things because you see, this is more of a spiritual side of it, but also this is going to help you even in trading if you're a trader or you're not interested in trading, but spiritually, this is going to help you spiritually in how you see things and so on. Now, let's leave behind trading. Let's talk about your daily life. Can you track down your thoughts? How many times have you been thinking over the same thing over and over and over again every single day? In fact, you'll realize that whatever you are thinking about today, you had thought about yesterday, and you had thought about the previous day and the previous and the previous and the previous day. So why do these thoughts keep on coming? It's like we're in a cycle whereby a new one comes in and we just keep on recycling to them, and we react on these thoughts. On these thoughts based on our emotions. There's a book I once read about trading in the zone by Mark Douglas, whereby he talks about a trader who, he gives an example of a person who was bitten by a dog, and now next time they see a dog, now they have that fear in them because all the brain can remember is that the previous dog bit them, but now the new dog that they're facing is very friendly, is very friend, like it's really really good dog, but they're just afraid because the last dog bit me. This one might do the same thing. How about relationships? Because you were hurt before, now you meet a new person and you're afraid because you think about the past and those thoughts keeps on coming, then your emotions makes you react based on your past experience, not on the current situation. Why do you think that is happening? Another question: why do you think everybody is up to something, and mostly money, specifically money? Who created money? If right now we go to a desert, you have $10 billion in a bag, packed, but in that desert, there's no water, there's no food, there's nothing. Will that money feed you? Will that money save you? No, you'll die of hunger. So that raises another question about money. Now, take a look at the system, the way the education system, the health system, the government system, and all these programs have been put in order to ensure that we are there. We align with the matrix. Back to the first question I asked as a trader. How many times have you repeated this? Have you done the same mistakes over and over and over again? Because we are in a system whereby our brains do decode information just the same way you can copy a movie into a disk, a flash disk, or a memory card. Then that movie stays in there. Then our brains have that capability. So it always decodes that information and keeps it in there so that we keeps on it keeps on repeating the same things over and over again. So this whoever is the author of the matrix knew very well the capability of our brains. So what do? They created distractions. Why do you think? And you see, television was introduced. When television was introduced, we move on to the next level, internet. We move on to the next level, social media. Next level, right now we have AI. What's next? And why do you think these things are dominating? The era social media has dominated, like everybody is on social media. I'm very sure over like majority of like past half of the world population is on social media. Like literally maybe around 70%. Like very few people can be out of social media. But majority I know are in social media. And people are scrolling. Every day TikTok is getting billions of views. The same thing to all these other platforms. And what information are they feeding on? Because you see, when you talk about focus and attention and time, whatever we focus on, or whatever we put our mind on, or whatever we give attention to, takes our time, right? And that is how we are, like how we get reprogrammed. So, for example, you see the aspect of these things keep on happening over and over again. I'll give you a very good example. Our brains tend to have this ability of easily adapting into changes and adapting into things for what they are. And sometimes our brains often perceive dangers that don't even really exist. So, for example, if you're used to waking up early in the morning and the first thing you start scrolling on TikTok and you see you scroll, another video comes up and you just want that dopamine and it keeps on coming and coming and coming and coming and you want more and more and more and more. So you spend your focus time over there. That's distraction. If you're the guy who is always into movie, when you watch a movie, for example, there was a time I was watching a series and it was so interesting. Like every episode, I would watch till very late, like not actually late, very like in the morning. I was still on the couch watching. And sometimes I question this thing like recently, like, how could that just happen? Because you want more. You're sitting there watching that TV program. And these are the distractions we're talking about because these things have been meant or created to distract us from awareness of consciousness, for us to awaken up and know who we are, the powers that we hold, the system, how it operates, and how we can, like dodge it. So, this video, I don't want it to be very long, but I want to explain something here. We've been repeating these mistakes over and over and over again. Yes, you can tell. So the question can be, what is the solution? Because I don't just like, pointing things out without having a proper solution or having a proper way out that if we follow, we can get out of the system. The first thing first is what tool have they been using? Is our subconscious mind, the brain. Okay, perfect. So if they've been using our brains to reprogram us, to keep us behaving in a certain manner, that our lives evolves in the same cycle over and over again, how about we start reprogramming that subconscious mind with our own thoughts, our own system, and the things that we want? And this is not something, this is not a walk in the park. I mean, like, it's going to be hard because the brain is not used to that. So when you introduce it to something new, it's going to be feeling bored. It's going to be feeling stressed sometimes because that's the nature of it. That's something new. But you see, when you practice this over time, the subconscious mind, just like I said, it is like a program. It is like something you just put thoughts into. For example, you can start thinking, and you see, the mind is very creative. Right now, you can think, okay, I'm in maybe in Dubai buying a brand new car, or maybe, I might be in a car dealership right now, buying my first Lamborghini, and so on. That's a thought already. Just you visualizing on that thought is already a program you're programming on the subconscious mind. You can start thinking about, winning trades, and you just say, you know what, I'm the best trader in the world. I'm winning trades. I'm patient. If you're dealing with patience, if you're dealing with not being able to avoid revenge trading and so on, just start picturing that thing and decode that information on the subconscious mind, and doing it once will not solve the problem. You gotta keep on doing it over and over and over and over again, because the subconscious mind will keep on thinking those thoughts daily. And you see, those thoughts are what determines our life. There's somewhere in the Bible that one said, me reading the Bible has nothing to do with religion. The Bible is a very powerful book. It says that as a man thinketh, so is he. I think it was King David, or was it Solomon? So as you think, so you are. There's there's so much wisdom actually in the so-called book Bible that most people, you see people judging a book by its cover, but they have not read. And you see, even those who have read, they do not understand. There's a difference between reading and understanding. If you just read for the sake of reading and you want to brag to people like, yo, I've read that book like 10 times, but what do you know about it? Okay, you can even quote some of the text in that book, but do you even understand what those texts means? Some of these books, for you to understand, you have to move into the spiritual realm whereby you seek for guidance. And I don't really want to make this conversation a long one, but this was just to talk about beyond the charts. And I think it is time to awaken. It's time to wake up in terms of us to be aware of our thoughts, what's driving us, why we keep on repeating the same mistakes over and over again, why we keep on being the same people. For us to change our lives, we must first of all change our thinking. We have to change how we see things. Okay. So that being said, I'm gonna be trying to, create this kind of video sometimes, maybe once in a while, just to. I wish I would show my face, but I'm quite camera shy type of guy, so I'm still gonna keep it this way. As much as you guys can understand the point of whatever I'm talking about and be able to absorb it and let it help you guys. And if you think this information is good and powerful, make sure to like and subscribe and share with a friend. And keep in mind that as you think, your thoughts is what makes your reality. So if you think or you start feeling sorry for yourself, like maybe you took a loss, you've lost so much accounts, maybe it's not gonna work, just know those thoughts are gonna manifest. So how about you program your subconscious mind into only having positive thoughts? Okay. That being said, today was not really a good day to trade. I wasn't really much because, as you can see here, I just didn't like this price action from the article. So this was not really much about trading. I'll make another video about market overview of what's really happening. And to me, I think this like the end of the week for me. I don't think I'll be trading again maybe until next week. And that being said, hope you guys have a great time. Cheers.